If you take 18 years to work as a federal government employee, you can have over $500,000. And that's just the beginning. Let's talk about it. When talking about federal government retirement, it's a three-pronged approach. First, it's the pension. Second, TSP. And third, Social Security. Now, today I'm not talking about Social Security and I'm not talking about the pension. Today I'm talking about the magic of compound interest in the TSP. For this example, I'm going to be making some assumptions. I'm going to assume you're living in Austin, Texas. Also, you don't have any government experience. Maybe you were working 3 to 5 years in the private sector, and then you decided, I'm going to try to jump into the government. You entered the government as a GS-11, earning $68,000 a year. You proceed to work for the government for the next 18 years. And you get promoted every 3 years all the way up to GS-14. Now, the way that promotions work in the federal government is that you can actually get promoted every 12 months. You need 12 months in grade before you can advance to the next GS grade. But this isn't automatic. If you are in a ladder position, you have to meet certain standards. And if you're not, then you have to start applying to other job announcements either outside or inside your agency. In this example, I assume you enter into the government as a GS-11 and you stay at each GS grade for 3 years before moving up and reaching GS-14. This will take you from a low salary of $68,000 a year all the way up to $137,000 a year as a GS-14 Step 5. So what allows this $500,000 to actually exist is the contributions that you make to the TSP and the matching that you receive from your agency. In the government, you have the ability to contribute to your TSP and your agency will match your contributions up to 5%, which in total is 10%. There are also different funds in which you can put your money. If you do not choose a fund, it'll probably end up being in a life cycle fund, or it could end up being in the G fund. A quick word about the G fund. When the market is in a downturn, like it was for the majority of this year, people get scared and they run to the G fund, or they run to the life cycle funds. And it is a mistake to do this because you are locking in losses, or you're not buying those C and S shares at a lower price. So if you're waiting and trying to time the market, usually it's going to end up bad for you. The C fund is designed to match the S&P 500, and for most of us, that's the right decision, is just to keep it in the C fund, maybe have a little mix with the S fund. The C fund was created in 1988, and since it was created, it has an average gain of 10.5% a year. So what I did is I calculated the 10.5% per year, and I did that for 18 years based on what your salary would be. The results show that in your first year, you would have $7,500, but after 18 years, the balance would reach $505,000. However, this amount could easily be higher. If you were ambitious and wanted to actually attain GS-15, or say you wanted to be an executive, so you go for the SES position, you would end up having a lot more than $505,000. But that's not all. After the 18 years, you would be fully vested into a pension. This actually happens after 5 years. The pension could be received at the age of 57 years old. So this would be an average of about $1,500 a month coming in for the rest of your life. You would also be entitled to Social Security once you reach the age of 62. So is all of this money worth it? For a lot of people, the answer is yes. Remember, the longer you stay in the federal government, the larger the pension and the TSP balance will end up being. In fact, if you were to extend the 18 years to 24 years, you would reach over $1 million. And being a millionaire in the TSP is not completely uncommon. Just this year, there were over 100,000 TSP millionaires that were government employees. Now, you tell me, how many private sectors offer that type of stability, offer that type of money? If we take a look right now at the average salary in the United States, we can see it's sitting around $56,000 a year. Now, I understand that government jobs are not for everybody, and a lot of people decide to go to the private sector route, or they try to become an entrepreneur. But considering it only takes 5 years to be fully vested in a federal government pension, would you consider taking 5 years out of your life to ensure that you have that benefit locked in? Okay, so if you are interested in federal government employment, you might be wondering, what's the best agency? What's the worst agency? What agencies should I look out for? If you want to know that, then I want you to watch this video next. If you would like to see more videos like this, then please click like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.